So today I don't really have a plan. So I do have some stuff. I started working on a design to go over here. Um yeah. So last episode I kind of came up with an idea of what I wanted to do. I was about to try to fly like I was in creative. Um and that's not going to work. But yeah, so I'm thinking this is going to be a capital building, like a government district, and this will be the capital. And then maybe like a bank. Get really confused by the sheep there. For some reason, I thought there was fish. Um, but yeah, and over here is like a war room or a war district, basically where I'm gonna build armor and weapons and stuff. And then something else, I don't know. But I do have a design for this, kind of in the works. If I, it's still yeah, still there. So this morning I started working on a design for what I was thinking this would look like. Um, and obviously this isn't complete. Um, I didn't really want to try to design the whole thing in creative, just get the general shape and stuff. But yeah, the idea is, if this is like the war defense district or whatever, um, I was thinking it could look similar to like a coliseum or a like a gladiator pit, you know. In the center here they would be all fighting and stuff, so yeah, and then I got a chance to play with Lightmatica here, so should make building this a little easier. Fairly certain it's centered. I don't know yet. I should maybe check. I think it is. I checked. So that block centered there. And let's check this side. I think that's okay. That looks right. Alright. So yeah, I'll build that up in a bit. Let's turn off the render. Yeah, last episode I built a shulker farm and a bamboo farm. And this has been doing pretty well. I got more than enough bamboo at the moment. It sounds like it just went off, so. Now the bamboo hasn't been growing since I've been, over there. But yeah, so I have some ideas for what I'd like to do this episode. Uh, maybe to continue to work on that. Maybe at some point I can start working on laying out the design for the walls over here. And yeah, I guess build that up. But other than that, I don't really have anything planned. Well, I'm trying to sleep. There we go. I also had it on my mind to stay there. To take the creeper farm and move it over here, but down at bedrock below the surface here. And which chunk was it that I was looking at? I think it was this one. Doesn't really matter, really, but I just wanted it to be completely surrounded by water. I guess if I put it here, then I could put like an AFK station in this chunk. But yeah, down here, uh, if I do put it down here, it's fine. I've already mined through this area, so it's not like I would be blocking a future tunnel or whatever. This one, yep. But yeah, so all that would mean I would need to do is to go through all these caves and stuff and light them up. And then to avoid the height map issue, I would have to like hollow all of this out down to bedrock, which I think is It would take maybe a while, especially once I get the deep slate. And then I would also have to remove the water here. Shouldn't take too long. But yeah, that's I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I guess. Hold on. Do I want it over here? If I'm gonna AFK for the gunpowder anyway, it might be a good idea. Oh, I don't know. I was thinking maybe if I sat close enough to the bamboo, I could let that farm. Oh, you know what? I don't know why I haven't thought to do it. So the only reason, really, built the shulker farm was so that I could build shulker box loaders to make my storage system, or my storage systems, more compact. Um, so I could just build that over here. So I guess I could build the creeper farm a little closer. Ooh, I guess at some point, I don't know if I have that written down. But I want to add the automatic shulker restock here as well. So I can write that down. Maybe I'll have to do that at some point. I don't know if it'll be this episode. But yeah. Um, so before I really decide what I want to do, I want to go out and do some more exploring. Kind of like what I did last episode. And find some sniffer eggs. Maybe get some sherds and stuff. And yeah. Let's go do that. I want to go do that. Get some sniffers. Probably just put them down here. It's back there somewhere. Guys got a trident. I don't think he dropped it. Alright, no, I'm almost there. I gotta breathe first. Oh, no. There's so many of them. Dude, there's a suspicious. Gonna need air first, though. Okay. Which one was that? Yeah. Getting in here. There. Okay. Need more air. Need to eat too. Okay, ow. Suspicious. What are you? What was that? Coal? Okay. Let's see if I can... I'm in a lukewarm ocean. I don't know if... That's not right. I don't know if this is the correct place. I think it said a warm ocean. But it also said in suspicious sand, which is here. So we'll see. There's some right there. I'm standing on some too. Nope. There's some. Okay. What's in here? Okay. So I should be able to find a sniffer egg here. Hopefully. As long as it's suspicious sand, not gravel. Just need a couple so I can breed them later. But there's one right there. Isn't holding the brush. What is that? Gold. Is that it? Okay. Cool, I got a sniffer egg. Just need one more. Ooh, is that it? Nope. Oh, actually, yeah, that was it. Forgot to put the other one away. Good. It's a fun trick. The X is always at the center of a chunk, or at least next to it. So it's probably like right there. And, right? Yeah. You could tell just because of, you know, that one block. It doesn't always happen like that, but, yeah. Take that, and I'll just break it. Cool. Right, so this is a better example. So here's a center line, so I'm at the center. Normally I just dig, you know, 2 by 2. So it's gonna be probably adjacent somewhere. It should be. Unless this isn't the chunk. Well, this is weird. Unless that's something they corrected since the last time I went and found treasure. Don't need that stuff. Where's the map? Guess could it be? Oh, it could just be a different chunk. At the center. Okay. There it is, yeah. It's just the wrong chunk. Put that away, I don't need all of this. Cool. Oh, and break it. Alright, time to sleep. And then time to go back to you. Alright, I got my eggs. I've put them down on some moss. So yeah, they should be grown or hatched at some point. That'll be cool. Alright, so now that I'm done doing some exploring and the eggs are over there, just preparing to hatch and stuff. Which way? There. So I'm going to start, you know, working on this. And yeah, so the roof is mostly made out of quartz. So I'll have to go get some of that. I only brought the snow. Let's get some scaffolding. And do I want to do a replay? I don't know. I guess I can do a replay. Wouldn't hurt. Alright, so that didn't take too long, but I did have some issues. So maybe at this point I've cut it out, I don't know. Oh, there's a block out of place right there. I think, yeah. Alright, where was that, over here? Yeah, so I've cut it out. I think I probably will. I'm just a little distracted, just making sure this is right. So I'm using a mod called Axiom. Right. It's a really cool mod. Actually, let me go into my creative world. just so I don't screw up and do something in survival again. Um, so this tool is really cool. So I have an option to say I want to build at an infinite, like I have an infinite reach limit, fast place, and I can place blocks in the air and stuff. Yeah. So let's select maybe, I don't know. Yeah, so you can see I have a long reach, right? So that's pretty cool. I just grabbed the snow block from over there. That also means I can place a snow blocks. I can also spam blocks like that. That ever? No. I thought maybe yeah. But yeah, so if I turn off the infinite reach, I can also just place, randomly in the air, which is awesome. This tool is really cool. But uh, to get into this menu, you have to press Alt, and I had it on my left Alt. So whenever I was tabbing out of the game, it was putting me into creative, and a couple times I didn't realize I had done that. Especially when I was exploring, looking for some sniffer eggs, I had accidentally, you know, tabbed out and then put myself in creative and didn't realize it. So yeah, uh, rebound it to right alt, so I'm not gonna press it as often. There's also this window, which is another really cool tool. So say, oh, I can select that area. I can change the size. I can move my camera with left mouse. Right mouse is the you know, uh, not this, to actually do that. You can also control Z in this window, so that's really cool. But if I have this now an area selected, I can go and, I don't know, what do I want? Let's do a rock tool, and I can just leave that as is, and look at that. So, yeah, it's a really cool tool. And then you can also change the material, maybe to diorite. I don't know. So, really cool, but I didn't think it would be available when in survival, but if I go ahead and put myself in spectator, go into survival, I still have the option, and then it puts me into creative by default. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Let me maybe name that time lapse. So yeah, I have some colors that I kind of want to work with. I want to go with maybe. Ooh, there's a creeper down there. There's a number of There's quite a few creepers. All right, yeah. So I want to go for maybe blackstone. Use some blackstone, some deep slate, even some mud brick, and some endstone. So yeah, some of those blocks I don't have, and I think earlier, if I left it in, I talked about maybe uh, making a gold farm and a piglin bartering system. Because, I don't really want to mine for the blackstone. I also might need to get some deep slate. I don't know how much cobble deep slate I have. I'll need a mud farm. Actually, in my first episode, I think that was one of the farms I was going to build first, and then didn't do it. So, yeah. So yeah, maybe I'll build some farms. I do maybe want to do a copper roof on this, so I'll need a copper farm for that as well. But we'll see, by the time I have to wrap up the episode to see where I am then. Where's the other creepers? But yeah. So, all right. think what I want to do though is I really want to move the creeper farm, because it's just not super efficient out there. You know, I have to AFK up there for a while for it to do anything really. I mean, it does produce. I fly over here, I can show you. I even tried to make it just a little better by removing some blocks around the farm. I mean, I've got some gunpowder here. It's not like it's not producing. It's just slow. But yeah, if I move it over here and maybe put an AFK station in this area. Yeah, I think maybe that'll be the next thing I do. So if I do that, I'll have to dig a hole here. So, alright. Alright, so I've been pretty busy here. Yeah, I dug a big hole again. Yeah. So I'm gonna move my creeper farm from over there down to there, to bedrock. And I spent maybe 6 hours digging a hole. Uh, not all at once, I guess. I spent a couple days doing that. But yeah, what was I gonna do? Gonna fly down here? I don't know. But yeah, it's a pretty big hole. So the idea is that I'm going to try to make my creeper farm just a little more efficient. See me up there. So I have a despawn sphere, as you can see, and it reaches further, right? So this should be more than sufficient. So all I really need to do now is to move that down here, and what am I trying to do here? So what I'm thinking is in the chunk here, I'm gonna put like an AFK building, and then like a bridge or something. I'll check this guy yet. What's he got? Nothing. So yeah, AFK station here. It should, you know, be good enough. And cool. So Creeper Farm's done. I got that all moved and stuff. It was over there. I even just a little bit ago removed the AFK station I had above it. That was days later. But yeah, Creeper Farm's all moved and stuff. I've put in some uniform colors, block stuff in here. But yeah, we can see the creepers now. They are spawning way more often than before. So that's pretty cool. I've also thrown in some tinted glass so we can look inside. So yeah, I'm zoomed in. This farm is working pretty well. I'm gonna fly down to, the redstone stuff down here. So I have a shulker box loader, and the two carts are coming in, dropping off their stuff. So you saw that one drop off some stuff, and it's feeding into this shulker box here. And when that's full, this piston will break it, and then this dispenser will replace the shulker box there. Um, I think right now I have a full shulker box, but it's locked in this hopper. I think it hasn't come up yet. No. But yeah, I should have, at this point, 4 shulker boxes full. However, I lost 3, and that's due to some mistakes. I was a little upset, but I had a hole somewhere in the bubble vader here, and I fixed that, and then I sat AFK for a little while longer, came back and, you know, I had already lost 2 shulker boxes, and then I couldn't find the third. I had gone down to see if I could find it in a hopper or something, but it wasn't there. I checked this chest too, just to make sure. But then I went back into the bubble vader. I checked again for, I went slowly through it to see if I could find another hole. Then as I got to the top, I realized I didn't put that water in this block, so it wasn't flowing over the hopper. So the shulker boxes were coming to about sea level here and just sitting there and despawning. So I fixed that now, so when that second shulker box down there is full, it'll send the first one up, and I should see, a full shulker box in here. But yeah, so after I got the stuff here done, I went around. I've replaced the snow block that I had over there with end stone brick. See? I'm also gathering up some spruce. Yeah, so in a little bit I'll come back. I'm just gathering materials for the build here. I think spruce is all I have left. But yeah, with this little forest here, I'm kind of getting the idea that I want to put a forest around the edge of the walls here. I've been thinking about doing that anyway, but with the trees here, I think that's something I'm gonna do. But yeah, so after the creeper farm, I started going around and realizing that, I can put shulker box loaders in now. So came down to the iron farm down here as well, and I threw in a shulker box loader. Though this one's a lot messier. I do have one shulker box. It's completely full, so I'm assuming this next one, I go back here and show the guts of this thing. Assuming that one's probably getting close. This area is a lot messier though. I'm trying to prepare it for auto crafting so I can just stock up on the iron block rather than just the ingot. But then iron golems also drop poppies, so I had to. Where is it? Back here. So I have an item filter, and I filter out the poppies. Might be able to actually. I can't break that block. I can maybe go down this way. So yeah, item filter filters out the poppies, and then the iron goes out this way. So somewhere between here and I guess the shulker box there, I'm gonna add a auto crafter at some point. It won't require too much space. It's just throwing in 9 ingots to make a block, so it's not too difficult. Oh yeah, okay. So I guess I'm composting, and then I'm taking the bone meal and going back up just to get it on the same level as the iron here. And so yeah, I'm collecting the iron in shulker boxes, and then I'm just making bone meal. I'm also planning on putting in auto crafter to make it into bone block too. So, but I'm not gonna get as much bone block as iron ingot, so I'm not putting that into a shulker box either. Or just didn't seem worth it since I'm not gonna produce as much. And then this is where I can load in my shulker boxes. This system's really messy though. I want to fix this so that when it's full on shulker boxes, it will stop filtering them in, right? So yeah, it's a bit of a mess at the moment. I do have a system I think that I can adapt to this situation. So I'll have to work on that. But yeah, this lever just locked a hopper just behind it, so it's no longer feeding shulkers into the dropper that's back there. So yeah, well, next thing, I guess, is going down to my kind of storage area. Alright, so now that I'm back in my storage area, I put in a mud farm. Yeah, this thing's working pretty well. It's just designed by Ilmango. I did adjust this little part. I put hoppers below the repeaters here, just because I was noticing mud getting launched back here. So I figured, if it's getting launched back there, I can put a hopper in it. It'll just feed it back into here. The system's really simple, so not too hard. The only thing I don't think I need the trapdoors back there, but um, yeah. So now that I have mud, I think I wanted this farm even in the first episode. I just found that I didn't need it other than my starter base. And also to bring up the starter base, I am planning on moving this starter house somewhere out into the world at some point. So if you're watching and worrying about that, it will get moved. It will still exist in this world. But yeah, I'm gonna be using mud in like mud brick in that design. So and yeah, you can see over here. Where's the wheat? I didn't want to keep harvesting it myself, so I put in an automatic system. Sort of. At least I'm not the one harvesting. I have a villager back here. So kind of similar stuff as, the other two farms. But this guy, he's completely full on wheat now, so he's dropping it whenever he does harvest. Then I have a hopper that goes below to collect it, or a hopper cart. And then it's just getting stopped here and feeding into another dropper here, and then it's getting shot over through an item filter. So filtering out, 2 wheat and then some bone meal. And this last one is just taking seeds and composting it. So I am getting some bone meal from this, so that's good. So a lot of my farms now, even my spider farm over there, produces bones just because I'm using a spider spawner, which, occasionally spawns a spider jockey. And so that kills off, the skeletons. So I'm getting bones from that too. So I'm doing pretty well on bone meal. The cactus farm here is almost all full, so it's way more cactus than I need, but whatever. Um, yeah, now that I have plenty of wheat, I already have the mud block, or what is it called? Packed mud. Not that shulker. This one, yeah. So I have all the mud bricks I think I'll need. I think all I was waiting on was the cracked stone brick here. So that's done. And I probably already have enough spruce, but I don't really want these trees here, so I'm gonna cut these down and then I'll move on to the build. So I forgot to say, I lit up the area. Everything inside this despawn is lit up. I even went down into the caves and stuff. So yeah, everywhere that wasn't waterlogged, like, there's some parts of these caves have a lot of water, so I didn't light those up. I didn't really need to. But yeah, so yeah, the creeper farm is working pretty well because, well, everything's lit up too. Not everything. There are a few caves, like that over there. I don't think I lit up. That's not lit up over there, and I know there's maybe a couple more spots. But yeah, I'm not gonna worry too much about them. Is this just water? Yeah, that's water. So yeah, everything's lit up now. It's not a permanent solution. I will add probably some fancier light fixtures and stuff. Still need to work on this. Yeah, but we're gonna work on that. So let's turn that off. I still need to get those down, so I'm gonna do that real quick, and then we're gonna work on this. So. All right, so got down all the trees, and now I'm ready to kind of start working on this. And I just realized I need to pull up my. Where is it? Oh, there it is. My reference images. So this is just to get an idea of how I'm texturing things. I'm gonna put it over here. All right. All right. All right. All right. Um, how do I want to start this? So I guess I need some birch. I take maybe 4 stacks of birch. I'm gonna have oak. I didn't grab any oak. Well, I have some oak here. Okay. I think, or is it over here? Ah, okay, I do have plenty. Yeah, here's all my endstone. I have way more than I actually needed. That's fine. And endstone just takes forever to mine. Okay, alright. I need a healthier pick than that. Into my tool cabinet. That away. Yeah, I need to go heal my soak touch picks. Alright. This should be fine though. And how do I want to do this? So we're gonna do it this way. I'm gonna grab some endstone too. Here. So I'm gonna use like endstone in the corners. Like there. Like up here. Oh no, that's not endstone. Like that. Step out of the way. I think that looks kind of cool. Just very subtle in a way. But I'm just gonna really do that in the corners here. So I guess I'm gonna do that first. So I'm gonna have to get kinda down. Where do I want to start with this? Yes, I can go here. Oh yeah. I forgot about the interior. So I don't know if I showed this yet. We can talk about it for a quick second. Get that stuff. So back here, I'm gonna put armor, like my armor stuff, like so. Some armor stands in the corners here, so I'll have 4, and that will be 4 for each like protection type. So like protection, just regular protection, projectile protection, fire protection, and I knew I was gonna forget one. What was it? Protection, fire protection, projectile. I still can't remember the 4th one. But then I'm gonna have some storage for armor trims. Maybe have some storage for like enchanting. I don't know. And then a painting just back here. Over here, I'm gonna put tools. I'm gonna sleep real quick too. But yeah, back here, I'm gonna put tools and weapons. I don't know how I'm going to present them yet. Maybe I do have, if I scroll up or open this, I do have armor statues, so I might be able to do some fancy stuff. Then over here, I'm gonna have like the war room, I guess, where you kind of plan your battle, like do your battle plans and stuff. I'm gonna put a map back here, just of the area here, and I don't know if I'll do a 2x3 or a 3x3. Kind of awkward to do a 3x3, but I might be able to figure that out. Maybe over here, I don't know. Then maybe in the center here, I can put some statues. I don't know, like a soldier with his sword in the air. I don't know, maybe. All right, let's get back to it. Just that's not right. Just throwing in some birch like this, and then stripping it. I don't know, maybe there. And then I'm gonna also bring it down a little bit too, so it's not gonna be completely flat like this. And let's go up 1. And like that. Okay, so next block. Oh, I need to put some more mud. So can't tell. I'm kind of following a pattern here. Ooh, that's might be an issue, but I am gonna add terrain around the edge. So actually, those can't be there, right? So I kind of need to leave this space open so I can get back here. But you know, if terrain kind of comes up into the corner, I can make a wall with it, so it hides everything here. Okay. But the idea is that I'm going from endstone to this stripped birch to the stripped oak and to the mud brick. I think from a distance it looks pretty good. Once I start getting some of the other bricks though, so after mud, do that, maybe some cracked, and then some deep slate. So I think what I'm going to try to do here is, these are basically the same color, but with the addition of more, with the cracks, it kind of makes it look a little darker. So I'll go from like, just the regular stone to the cracked, like that. And then we'll go from deep slate to the cracked deep slate. I think it'll blend, like, I'm not going to keep it so strict like that. We're just going to come down, maybe even just kind of forget about the cracked a little bit sometimes. And I don't know. Will this come together? Maybe. Need to place one there. Again, some of this is going to get covered with that. Covered with terrain, so. But really what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to bring these columns down all the way down to the ground. And then kind of fade in the inner portions, like here, into the terrain. Though, like some of the columns will probably get covered by terrain. I don't know what that terrain's going to look like yet. Probably similar to something over there. Maybe. So, yeah, I'm going to kind of keep doing this just all around and then jump back in. And we can look at the final product. And then, yeah, we can just do the interior here for the armor. Right? All right. All right, so I've gone ahead and finished up this little build, and yeah, so I decided to replace, or just to remove completely the stone brick, and just threw in more of the deep slate brick. So, yeah, later on, at some point, I'm going to, build up some terrain, and yeah, I didn't, like, some of this is going to get covered and stuff. I still have some openings in here. I have to leave them open just because, I have to be able to walk in this space. So I'll just use terrain probably to cover it up and stuff. Yeah, just making sure it looks the same. It's the only one that's a little different. Okay. That probably makes sense. Yeah, that's right. Okay. It's like, wasn't sure if that was correct. If I had gotten it off center just a little bit, but this space on the other side is blocked off because I don't need to walk in this space. So yeah. All right. So now it's time to do some interior stuff. All I'm gonna do is this room because I don't know what the other areas are gonna look like. And so here's the armor and the armor stands. So there's 4 suits. They're just gonna be in these corners here. I have to remove these torches. I think that one's. I'll just remove it. Actually, I was gonna put some light fixtures here. I'm gonna have to get glowstone. Alright, so I got some glowstone, and we're just gonna put some light in these corners, or these spots here. And I might be able to put one here too. Yeah, I'm gonna put a painting there, so that'll cover that. We'll put those on later. Just dump some blocks in. Gonna need to mix some stuff too. So it's mostly, I'm just gonna, mostly spruce. I want to stack. Where does that go? And I need some trapped doors. Need some stairs. Yeah, I think that's it. So some barrels, that I got that. Grab the paintings. I don't want that one. Nope. Jeez. Okay. Let's do that. Okay, that's the one I want. You know, it kind of looks like, I don't know. Looks like it could be a soldier, a sword, probably a cane. I don't know. I think that looks nice. And some stairs here. Then we're gonna put some barrels here and here. Oop, I want the lecterns. Those are gonna go here. So in these spots I can store things like armor trims, maybe some enchantments, like books and stuff. I covered these up. And some stairs just above. And it's like something like that. Another barrel. Stairs. Then trapdoor. If I grab some more endstone, that's not enough there. And I can finish off the roof. I don't know if this will be a permanent solution here, but I'm just gonna go with it for now. Cool. Looking cozy. Empty storage. Let's put the armor on now. See if I can just grab it all. I can't. Grab the rest of the stuff off. And the rest of the armor. Okay. Projectile protection, fire protection, protection. Which one am I forgetting? I know there's 4. Blast protection. That's the one. It's over there. So, yeah, my thinking is just have an armor for every situation. And they can just be displayed here. And with the armor trims, I'm gonna try to design it so that, you know, maybe blast protection, I'll make it look, I don't know, like green, like a creeper. Then fire protection, orange, red. I guess white. I don't know, for projectile protection, like skeletons and stuff. And then protection, I don't know. But yeah, I need to get some more armor terms before I figure all that out. Did have a table that I put in the center, so I don't know if this will also like be permanent. I might move it over there or something. But it has this stuff that goes there, that there. I guess I can put that here. Then crafting table here. And then let's take screw-strap doors. They just go over the top. Actually, I think I want those to go the other way. Yeah. Cool. So I can put like mending books into these bookshelves. And I should have everything else I need for like making netherite, throwing a book on something, and if I need to pull something out of storage and grab something. So, cool. I think that's it for this builds at the moment. I think I'm going to start, or at least early on in the next episode, and do the roof. I don't have it like completely designed, just, you know, I guess if I turn... Ooh, what happened to that? There it is. So I have part of it designed. It's going to use some copper, and I need to make some blue concrete too. What are those? Oh, I had... Hold on. Did I forget something? No, yes. Oh well. I think this looks fine. Looks like there are some blocks. Oh, I don't have them over here. They are over here, though. Interesting. Alright. I'm gonna leave it as is. Yeah, so I'm gonna use copper and blue concrete and some other blue blocks like wool and terracotta. I don't really have that stuff at the moment. So the roof is gonna wait probably until next episode. Might even start figuring out what I want to do with the terrain. So yeah, yeah. So yeah, the sheep farm is basically all covered up, and yeah, we're good to go. I think it's looking nice. I think once I get like the other 3 buildings in as well, it'll look pretty cool in this area. What does it look like from afar? I don't know. Yeah, that could be cool. I think that's like once the 3 buildings are in, looking at it from like a distance is it's gonna look cool. Awesome. Another yeah, I had to turn this off. It's completely full now, so I need a bone meal. So yeah, I think that's it. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Not much really happened besides, the creeper farm and the build there, but I did make a lot of progress, I guess, like with some of the farms. Now I'm automatically gathering wheat and I can make mud now, so I should be able to use mud a lot more stuff now. Yeah, creeper farm is gonna work. Iron farm's working. So actually, ooh, not what I wanted. F5 there. I don't think this is not being too, yeah, it's not been close enough for this to work, so let's check the iron. I promise, I'm trying to finish the episode. I'm just curious now. Nope, still just that one, but I'm sure it's getting close. Oh no. God, that's not soak touch. Alright, well I'm gonna have a hole here. That's fine. Alright, here's the true end. Yeah. So I checked the iron and the creeper farm and they're still working. So yeah, this is the end of the episode, so hope you enjoyed. I know not much happened, but we'll see. Take care. Have fun. Bye bye.